So people know I was only doing it for likes. I've just fallen off.
I know what you were thinking when you clicked on this video. It's probably a non-scripted rant about how Tommy is a trash content creator and everybody should hate him for no apparent reason, made by an idiotic child to capture a lucrative amount of views from angry TommyInnit stans. But that is not what this video is about. This is a audio-visual presentation about how I've seen TommyInnit fall down a slippery slope that could lead to his channel's demise. And I know that sounds crazy. No, insane. Tommy's channel has been growing at a livid rate. YouTubers that once had dozens of more subscribers than him have now fallen to just side players compared to the mighty TommyInnit. Heroes he once looked up to are now looking up to him. If he is growing so fast, how could his channel be on a rapidly increasing decline? This video is not about getting you to subscribe because of YouTube analytics. This video is about why I truly and genuinely believe that TommyInnit's channel, for lack of a better term, has been on a downward spiral. We talk about why TommyInnit has been getting worse, you first have to understand what made him great in the first place. Starting with his thumbnails and titles. TommyInnit's thumbnails are some of my favorite on YouTube. They perfectly embodied the new generation of Minecraft YouTubers. Gone are the days of weird GFX Minecraft 3D characters with what's in your face text. TommyInnit thumbnails are simple yet aesthetically appealing. The thumbnails have a lot of subtle elements such as color grading, shading, and fringes. These elements turn very simple pictures into the cinematic snapshot of what is to come in the videos. TommyInnit also combines his titles and thumbnails masterfully to create a sense of curiosity in the viewer. For example, TommyInnit's video title, So I Killed God in Minecraft. With that title combined with a very cinematic and clean thumbnail, when you see the video in recommended feed, it raises more questions than it answers, like who is God, why is Time Dio there, and why is there a massive explosion? All of these questions raised by the viewer only have one way to get answers: to click on the video and watch it. So not only was Tommy's thumbnail and title combination incredibly strategic, it also looked incredibly good while doing so. Heck, that trick even worked on me. I originally only subscribed to TommyInnit because of SMP Earth, but ended up watching and enjoying his other content. And speaking of that other content, one very underrated part about TommyInnit's content was the variety of stuff he used to produce. If you liked Minecraft, he practically had it all. If you wanted to see him play some survival, you could watch his SMP Earth series. If you preferred watching him play on servers, you could watch his Skyblock series, or his checking out servers with insert monetary value here series. Even if you didn't like those Minecraft topics, TommyInnit still had something for you. He did 1v1 challenge style videos with Dio and hacked with Tubbo and played through some adventure maps. Even if you didn't like Minecraft at all, you can still enjoy TommyInnit's videos thanks to the One Demand Go and You Laugh You Lose series. Tommy just made such a large variety of content that appealed to Minecrafters and gamers in general. Not only did the variety of things keep things fresh on the channel, it was also great from a strategic standpoint. For example, if Tommy just made SMP Earth content and the server shut down, he would have nowhere to go. But because he made such a wide variety of content, if one of those sources dies, he would still have many more series to continue. But the reason most gaming YouTubers don't cover so many topics and don't have a large variety is because they don't upload enough, which leads me into my next section: constant uploads. TommyInnit used to post daily content. That's right, not weekly, not every other day, daily. You must be thinking to yourself, there has to be a catch. I bet the quality of the content was as good. Oh well, you would be wrong, because every single video had high quality edits, good music, and a great title and thumbnail to boot. I would say TommyInnit's content is much better than some Minecraft YouTube channels that post weekly at this time. While I want this video to mainly talk about Tommy's YouTube channel, I will briefly mention that he's streaming every day as well. So once you found TommyInnit's channel, you'll be hooked by the titles, enjoy the variety of content, and also love the constant streams and uploads. All this built up a pretty sizable fan base. Oh, and on the note of fan bases, TommyInnit had 3 main ways of interacting with his fanbase. The first way was through Twitch chat. When Tommy was a smaller streamer, it was possible he read every single message in chat. This led to some of the funniest moments on Tommy's channel, and all because a random guy would say some stuff in chat. There was even an entire video that was just Tommy messing with his chat in Bed Wars. The second way Tommy interacted with his viewers was through his Discord-based videos. These are the one-to-man go videos where Tommy would drag a member of his Discord server into his call and they can tell him to do whatever they wanted. Back in the day, TommyInnit's Discord server wasn't that large, so you got a pretty probable chance of being dragged and demanding Tommy to do something stupid. He also interacted in You Laugh You Lose because you could donate a video and see him react to it. The last way TommyInnit would interact with his viewers was through Reddit. Tommy used to go through his Reddit and check it quite often. Heck, one of my memes from back in the day made it into one of his videos, so you could easily post a meme and then hundreds of thousands of people would see it. And because TommyInnit's fanbase was smaller, it was much easier to create inside jokes and memes, with the most famous being Apples Am I Right chat. This meme happened when Tommy's moderator donated a video where Appleknock says,
"Apples, am I right, chat?"
and soon the chat would fill with apple emotes. It was truly a beautiful sight. This made TommyInnit's fans relate to Tommy, and speaking on the matter of relatability, one of the biggest strengths of TommyInnit in terms of content creation in YouTube, and the main thing that really made him stand out from his competition, was his relatability. This is due to many factors, including him being very close in age to his target audience, his style of humor, and so on and so forth. But in this section of the video, I want to focus on 3 things that made him the most relatable: accessibility of content, genuine friends, and his genuine interactions. So let's start with that first point, accessibility of his content. Whether it was intentional or not, one thing that made Tommy so relatable was the accessibility of his content. Back in the day, most of the videos were on Hypixel, a server that is publicly available and anybody with a Minecraft account can play on. It's not closed off like an SMP. This means that Tommy goes through a lot of the same experiences you would go through when you play on that server, like when he loses his item or gets scammed in Skyblock. We've all experienced these things, and it builds a connection with Tommy. And for another example, the 1v1s he did with Dio. We've all 1v1 our friends at some point in time, and seeing Tommy do it just makes him more relatable. And another thing that made those videos so relatable was that Dio and Tommy just work so well together. And speaking on that matter, I feel as though these next 2 sections can really go hand in hand, so I'm sorry if there's any cross talking about these topics in each individual section, but I'll start with the first one, genuine friends. Everyone featured on Tommy's channel was mostly his friend, not because of YouTube. There were a few outliers like Bitzel and Pigacle, but almost everyone there was there because they were Tommy's friend. This made him and his friends extremely relatable. This is because most YouTubers are mainly only friends because the person we're playing with because they have a lot of subscribers. Consequently, this leads to so much more fake feeling interactions because these people aren't there because they want to be there. They're there because they want to get views. When you play with your friends and you're doing it because you just want to have fun, it leads to much more relatable conversations. This factor allows Tommy to get a lot of his humor from just random moments that he has with his friends. People like Tubbo, Rudy, and Freddy all created some of the funniest moments on Tommy's channel. All because they were just experiencing the trials of tribulations of just chilling with your buds. This made everything feel more real because they were just having fun screwing around. And that's what made Tommy interactions great. Simple humor that every teenager can relate to. Oh, and on the note of interactions, as a consequence of him always playing with his friends, his interactions were always genuine. These are friends that have known each other for years. They have inside jokes, know what they like and dislike, and how to make themselves laugh. If Tommy just put himself with calls with complete strangers for clout, he wouldn't know how to talk to them. Because like I said, they're complete strangers. Tommy didn't do that though. He did all his videos with his friends. He gave up views and subscribers to make an entertaining video with his friends. All of this made TommyInnit one of the most relatable Minecraft YouTubers on the platform. But a relatable person doesn't immediately mean that they'll be entertaining in every situation. But Tommy has a counter for that. TommyInnit is a YouTuber, a site all about sharing videos. It's not about a boring podcast with just a blank screen. It's about making an audio visual presentation. You can't have a video without anything happening on screen. And if you want to make it big on YouTube, you gotta make sure what's happening on that screen is interesting. Some YouTubers are so good at this that they can make an entire video entertaining with just some background music and some crazy visuals. No one wants to watch a black screen with just some guy talking. If you wanted to do that, you would boot up a podcast on Spotify, not YouTube. So, one of the most important traits of a YouTuber is that can make actual interesting stuff happen on the screen, which is exactly what Tommy did. Tommy has the unique talent of getting himself into as many shenanigans as possible. He rarely ever does things how you would expect him to do it. For example, in his Skyblock series, you expect him to grind for money, like all the other Skyblock YouTubers. But Tommy is different. He doesn't make his money in a conventional way. He goes around scamming people and running a shady corporation. And what sounds more fun to you? Watching the trials and tribulations of an arrogant troll try to scam the most famous people on Hypixel, or watching grind pumpkins for 2 hours straight? And it's not just Skyblock that Tommy causes shenanigans in, it's wherever he goes, whether it's going with war with Technoblade or causing chaos while hacking with Tubbo. You never know what's gonna happen in TommyInnit's videos. This makes them very interesting and they rarely get old. It's exciting to see what situation Tommy will get himself in next. So, in conclusion, Tommy is a master in every sector that is required to make entertaining content, and then support a YouTube channel that you create that content on. He has good titles on thumbnails, interacts with his fanbase, is extremely relatable, and knows how to make an exciting content. Now, I want you to take a good, long look at all 7 of these things that made TommyInnit one of the greatest Minecraft YouTubers on the platform. Because in under a year, TommyInnit has managed to screw up all 7 of them. I mean, where do I even begin? Remember TommyInnit's clean yet simple thumbnails? Yeah, now I just get a massive low quality image of his face with a basic image of Technoblade or Dream. Gone are the days of cinematic thumbnails with great color grading, great atmospheric elements to help build the mood. Tommy's thumbnails used to be the definition of show not tell. The thumbnail and title combination was able to convey emotion without any facial features or text. Now Tommy's same face is there to tell you exactly how you should react. And the most egregious offender of his new thumbnail style is the video titled Dream is the most cruel Minecraft player. Back in the day, Tommy didn't really include text that much in his thumbnails, but when he did, it was clean, had curving edges with a thick black border, and was angled at a good angle to make the thumbnail look cinematic. Now we just get default text telling us that Dream is toxic, because we clearly can't tell the Dreamer is cool or toxic from the title. Also, the text just looks really bad. It has a very thin outline, which is a big no-no when it comes to graphic design. Heck, the annoying red arrow even clips through the text. TommyInnit's thumbnails used to show dedication, time, and effort. I can make this in Photoshop in 10 minutes, and I'm not even that good at Photoshop. Heck, in this thumbnail on one side of Tommy's face the sky is black, and on the other side it's blue. It would have taken like 3 seconds to change the color. Like seriously, how did this get published? At least with his earlier Dream SMP thumbnails, he actually took the time to make the background consistent. Also, 2 more things about TommyInnit's old thumbnails. 1. He only included his face when the video revolved around his reactions. He didn't put his face in every single thumbnail, he only put it in there when he needed it to be there. like in You Laugh You Lose or One Demand Go. And even when he did occasionally put his face in the thumbnail, he did a good stinking job. He always used high quality image of his face with good lighting. Heck, he even added an outline to still give the thumbnails that cinematic feel. The images that Tommy uses for his newer thumbnails have really crappy lighting and quality. This leads to the thumbnails looking off and lazy. Nowadays, his thumbnails are just tacky and pandering. And you know what else is tacky and pandering now? Some of Tommy Innit's titles can still be good, but a lot of times they can be bad. Really bad. A lot of times, instead of his title sparking curiosity in the viewer, it just straight up tells you what happens in the video and spoils the big surprise. For example, I swore more at Bad Boy Halo. What did Tommy do in the video? Swear at Bad Boy Halo. Excessively. And another one, I finally teamed with Dream and Technoblade. This one specifically really grinds my gears, cause it completely ruined the surprise that Techno and Dream fought with Tommy instead of against him, which would have been a really cool unexpected event if it were not ruined by the title. Tommy could have titled it something like The War Against Skeppy and not ruin it. Also, sometimes the title thumbnail combination can be quite redundant, like once again looking at the video title Dream is the most cruel Minecraft player. In the thumbnail we see an arrow pointing to Dream saying toxic, and then the title calls Dream cruel, which is definitely not a synonym for the word toxic. Thumbnails and titles are meant to complement each other, not drive the same point home twice. Each part is supposed to tell half the story. The title shouldn't make sense without the thumbnail, and the thumbnail shouldn't make sense without the title. Or the thumbnail should provide further context to the title or vice versa. By reinforcing the same point twice, you're just wasting potential. And speaking of wasted potential, hey, do you like the Dream SMP? Because if not, too bad. On Tommy's channel nowadays, it's Dream SMP or bust. You all that nice variety of content that he used to produce around Minecraft and even other topics, yeah, just kinda quit all that and put Dream in every single thumbnail and title. Like seriously, what happened to Tommy's other stuff? He hasn't made a non-Minecraft Dream SMP related video in like 4 months. And not to mention, every single video since said non-related Dream SMP video has had a famous YouTuber other than Tommy in it in the title and thumbnail. Every last one. And you know the You Laugh You Lose and One Demand Go videos? Well, they're absolutely gone and will probably never come back. At least people like Wilbur still upload different types of videos besides just the Dream SMP. But not Tommy. He needs that sweet click-through rate from having Dream in the title and or thumbnail of every single video. The saddest thing to think about are the original fans of Tommy's channel. They've just been completely ditched by him. You know Skyblock on Hypixel, the thing that made him famous in the first place? He hasn't touched that since June. And not only is this decision terrible for his OG fans, it's terrible for the future of his channel as well. This is because instead of having a variety of content and series to pull from for content, now it's just the Dream SMP. So if the Dream SMP ends, which it eventually is going to, what's Tommy Innit gonna make? But wait a minute, you say, Tommy Innit also makes Among Us videos, which is definitely not a game that will die in popularity just like another game of Blobs. That game will definitely be great for the future of his channel, ensuring that he has content for years to come. Also, along with the drop in variety, we've also had to drop another thing, uploads. I know this section is going to be short, but I mean there isn't much to talk about. Tommy Innit used to upload daily. He had a good, structured upload schedule, and his viewers always knew when he was going to upload. Now, he just does whatever the heck he wants when he wants to do it. I used to be able to go to Tommy Innit's channel every single day about 1 PM, and lo and behold, there's a video. But now, I'll be lucky to get one every other day, if he feels like it. I think uploading every other day is supposed to be his upload schedule, but I really can't be sure because he just doesn't have one anymore. Sometimes he'll still upload daily and other times he'll wait an entire week to upload. You just never know with him nowadays. He's kind of gotten out of touch, and not just with his upload schedule. Do you remember the last time Tommy checked his Reddit? Because I certainly do not. And like we said before, he discontinued all of the videos where he interacted with his audience. One Demand Go, and even the Minecraft talent shows, long gone. Has Tommy even talked to anybody on the Discord server, or does he just ping at everyone whenever he uploads? Because from what I've seen, that's all he does. Even Tubbo is still able to stay in touch with his community as he checks his subreddit on stream quite often. So I really don't see why TommyInnit can't at the very least check his. I could sit here for 100 years and I would still not come up with a single time TommyInnit has interacted with one of his fans on an individual level. This isn't entirely Tommy's fault though. It gets harder and harder to interact with your audience as it grows bigger. And instead of having insightful and funny chat messages on his Twitch channel, now we just have 80,000 people spamming Pog for over an hour, because that's what you do on Twitch. If you can't tell, I'm running out of segues by this point, so let's just cut to the final one. Tommy has just gotten a lot harder to relate to. I suspect this is mainly because he's gotten famous, and while in my opinion, he's done a pretty good job of not letting that fame go into his head, he's lost some of his relatability. So let's start with the first reason why, accessibility. We have stated multiple times that Tommy switched to exclusively making Dream SMP content, and as it happens, this form of content is the least accessible to Tommy's viewers. The Dream SMP is whitelisted, meaning only a select few individuals can join. Also, the Dream SMP is one of the most prestigious clubs on the internet. Any content creator allowed through its golden gates is granted with tens of thousands of subscribers and views near instantly from the hordes of Dream stands. But it's because of this prestige that makes playing on it way less relatable. When Tommy mainly did Hypixel content, it was much easier to relate to him, as anyone with $30 in an internet connection could join Hypixel and have a very similar experience to him. Almost nobody can join the Dream SMP and experience the same thing that he does. This factor isn't helped by the fact that Tommy seems to only post videos when he's playing with famous YouTubers. Oh yeah, about that. There is no debating that everybody loves Tommy and Tubbo. The dynamic duo collectively have had some of the funniest moments on the Dream SMP, but if you ever stop to think about why they work so well together, well, the answer is quite simple. They are genuine friends. Tommy doesn't play with Tubbo because he's a famous YouTuber. He plays with Tubbo because he's his friend. And this is why they work so well together, because fun fact, when you play with your friends, it's much better than playing with people you've never met before. I mean, if you ever tried playing with a group of friends in Among Us and then tried to go in a public lobby, the difference between the two experiences is so polarizing, and all just because you play with different types of people. Friendships work so much better together because first of all, there's no other secret motive to play with each other. Their only motive is that they enjoy each other's companionship. Tommy and Tubbo generally just like each other and enjoy each other's company. Also, friends know each other really well. They know what they think is funny, what they don't think is funny, what makes them angry, or what makes them sad, and so on and so forth. This all leads to not just better content, but it makes these interactions between friends feel so much more real. And while I do think Tommy is generally friends with some of the other YouTubers on the Dream SMP, like Wilbur and Quackity, in his videos he sometimes doesn't make it out to be like that. Like, you can't tell me they played with Pokimane or Ninja because they were his friends. Heck, Tommy didn't even speak to Ninja before he started the stream. If you think about him, that makes him a complete stranger to Tommy. This led to the interactions in the video feeling very awkward and very off, as Tommy didn't really know what to say to Ninja, and Ninja didn't know what to say to Tommy. And that's how not playing with your friends and just playing with famous people can lead to more fake feeling interactions, because the interaction itself is forced, and also, you know nothing about each other. And it's not just the interactions that are forced. TommyInnit's content nowadays can be divided into one of two categories. The first section is the Dream SMP roleplay videos. These are the presidential elections, fall of Technoblades, etc. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like these videos. I think they're action-packed, exciting, and they get a thumbs up from me. But most of Tommy's videos can fall into a section I like to call the Tommy Talk Show. What's the formula behind this video style? Well, let's go through together. Step 1. Tommy gets a famous YouTuber on the Dream SMP into a call with him. Step 2. He then acts extremely awkward around this YouTuber or talks to one of their family members. Step 3, he then turns this awkward conversation into a video and finds a way to clickbait it. Step 4, there is no step 4, that's it. And while these videos can have some funny moments here and there, most of it is just awkward small talk. Usually, I'd be quite down for this type of stuff. Back when TommyInnit made more action-packed Dream SMP videos. This will have been a nice break from the action, but now this is his main source of content. And that's my big problem. There just isn't much going on in these videos. Usually small talk videos like these are accompanied with some action-packed gameplay to help make up for the quiet and calm conversation going on. But not Tommy's videos. Here we just get the most boring and bland Minecraft gameplay I've ever seen. Like seriously, let's look at Tommy's most recent Tommy Talk Show episode. I spoke to Phil's wife. Now, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. What specifically was Tommy doing in the background of that video? I'll give you a few seconds. Time's up. You probably couldn't answer that question because it's just so forgettable. The answer was rebuilding his house. Now, does that sound interesting and exciting to you? All he does in the background is just walk around the Dream SMP, cutting down trees, organizing chests, building his house. That's the most boring and bland stuff. You could literally just take out all of the gameplay and just have Tommy's webcam for the entire video, and the video would still be just as entertaining. And like I said, I will be fine with this content style, occasionally, but now because of the complex storyline, Tommy can't just go around starting fights with Dream or J-Schlatt. He has to wait when it's time for the big event. I'm just so stinking tired of bland conversations with even blander gameplay. I just want some action, just anything at this point. And don't even get me started on the clickbait. Ever since the Dream's mom video blew up, Tommy has set out to talk to every single streamer's relative on the planet. He has talked to Tubbo's sister, Phil's wife, Dream's sister, and probably way more to come. No one in Dream's family is safe from being clickbaited on TommyInnit's YouTube channel. And with Tommy's massive low-quality face looking like he's having the time of his life in the thumbnail, people expect the video to be exciting, but you're just met with the problems I've stated earlier. This is kind of unrelated, but I still want to mention this. What the heck is Tommy's new intro? It makes literally no sense. So, in the intro, basically Tommy says that everyone that first watches him hates him, and that people that don't hate him always subscribe. And when you really stop to think about it, that makes no sense. Also, are you trying to guilt trip people into subscribing to you? Because that's what's happening here, and it's pretty scummy, man. Like seriously, with the lazy thumbnails, lack of variety, inconsistent uploads, little community interaction, unrelatable videos, and flat out boring and bland content, how the heck is this guy more popular than ever? How did Tommy go from being one of my favorite YouTubers of all time just earlier this year to another average Minecraft YouTuber? Well, friends, it's time to discuss the origin of TommyInnit's downward spiral. Signs of a downward spiral started showing up in September when Tommy uploaded the video titled The Funniest Minecraft Video Ever. This was his first video with that atrocious thumbnail style. It was also one of the first Tommy Talk Show episodes, but at the time I didn't think much of it. This is because the video was surrounded by content that actually had cool and interesting events happening, such as him running over Dream with a train and his very unique and entertaining Minecraft weapons in real life video. Also, the dialogue of the video was much better than usual. This is because instead of Tommy acting awkward on purpose for the entire video, he was just laughing and hanging out with his friends, a nice homage to what made him famous in the first place. Heck, he didn't even know how to clickbait the video, so Tommy just titled it The Funniest Minecraft Video Ever. Little did we know this was the start of the downfall, but the real first slip on the slippery slope into the downward spiral happened a week later, on September 10th, when Tommy uploaded the video I Spoke to Dream's Mom. This was the first Tommy Talk Show episode that had the problem stated earlier in the video. It had bland, uninteresting gameplay, and the one main event, Tommy actually speaking to Dream's mom, lasted 1 minute in a 20-minute video. But this video was saved by two things. First, was that Tommy didn't act awkward on purpose. It was just kind of him talking with Dream. Sure, it was boring, but at least it was still genuine. The second reason was the video was more acceptable because he was putting out other good SMP roleplay content, and this was the first really bad Tommy Talk Show episode. But after this point, TommyInnit just slipped further and further into the downward spiral. His 1 million subscriber special and fight with George Not Found were the last videos without that atrocious thumbnail style. Also, after the George Not Found video, almost all of Tommy's content switched over to Tommy Talk Show episodes. And he has had less and less roleplay ones, and the thumbnail switch really embodies this. It doesn't take a genius in graphic design to tell you that TommyInnit's older thumbnails took way more time and effort, and were more aesthetically appealing. But it also doesn't take a genius to see the view counts on the Dream's Mom video and the funniest Minecraft video ever. Tommy changed his thumbnail style not because it was better, but because it got more views. And this shows me a dangerous precedent that Tommy's willing to degrade the content on his channel just for more views and subscribers. And that is not a good thing to do. It shows me that Tommy cares more about fame than his viewer experience. This is really Tommy's weak point and why I say I could see his channel dying. When someone cares more about money and fame than their content and viewer relations, they can do some really scummy things to try to grasp that fame. Things that could lead to Tommy's channel's demise. So in short, Tommy's channel has really hit a low point, and I fear for the future of his channel. But not just for that reason. There's also another thing that could come and stab him in the back. Remember that point that I made way earlier in the video about how it is very strategic to have a large variety of topics in case one of those content sources ends? Well, here's the outlook. TommyInnit is mostly making exclusively Dream SMP content, but there's a problem. Most SMPs like the Dream SMP eventually end, and I can tell that the Dream SMP is getting close to its end. So here's the problem. What is Tommy gonna do when the main source of his content is no longer available? You can't go back to making Skyblock because no one will watch him, and I don't blame them. They're all subscribed for the Dream SMP content. I really just can't see what Tommy will do in terms of Minecraft videos once the Dream SMP ends, because that's all he's done for multiple months and where 98% of his subscribers and viewership comes from. So Tommy, you need to do something fast, because not only will the quality of your channel decrease, but you're gonna run out of content too. But Tommy isn't stupid. He sees these problems and he's trying to fix it. While writing this script, Tommy uploaded a pretty interesting video to his second channel. We won't really need to talk about a second channel in this video that much because it's literally the same thing as his main channel. Like, the content is exactly the same. It's kind of stupid, honestly. But that's besides the point. Yesterday, TommyInnit uploaded a video called Explaining This Video. This video explains a cringy video in which Tommy lip syncs to the song Bruno Mars's That's What I Like. I would show it here, but I would get copyright claimed hard. What's refreshing about the video though is that it's something new. It's the very first video on his second channel and the very first video in a long time on his main channel that hasn't featured a famous YouTuber besides Tommy in the title or thumbnail. Also, this video doesn't try to include bland gameplay. TommyInnit makes up for it with funny jokes and good writing, which is so refreshing. And what's even better is he didn't do it for money because the video is obviously going to get copyrighted from the song. He also didn't include any of that really annoying intro that I talked about in the previous section. This video was so many steps in the right direction. The one thing is that he posted it on his second channel, which shows me that he's not confident that it will work on his main channel, which is no good. Also yesterday, TommyInnit uploaded his first non-Dream SMP Minecraft video in 3 months. He also included exciting Bed Wars gameplay and wasn't with another YouTuber to clickbait, which is again, another step in the right direction. But it still had that terrible intro, and he also really debated me. At first, his thumbnail did include his face, but it wasn't in the atrocious thumbnail style. It had a black outline around the image, and his face was actually high quality. But after a day or two, he changed it back to his terrible thumbnail style. While this is a step in the right direction that Tommy is trying to make change, what really matters is following through with that change, and that really didn't happen with this video. So, in conclusion, TommyInnit's channel right now is in a very dark place. For the past few months, TommyInnit's channel has been going on a downward spiral. His content is getting more boring, more generalized, and more pandering. and less entertaining in general. He has gone from one of my favorite YouTubers by far to a very average at best. Tommy has put himself on a slippery slope that, if not stopped, will certainly lead to his channel's demise. He has truly ridden the downward spiral to its deepest depths and has hit rock bottom. But if there's one good thing about hitting rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up.
I miss the old Tommy, the playing games Tommy, the riding waves Tommy, the chasing fame Tommy. I hate the new Tommy, the S&P Tommy, the farm and dream Tommy, doing things for real Tommy. I miss the old Tommy, the Ludwig fan Tommy, the Skyblock scam Tommy, the G-Show stand Tommy. I hate the new Tommy, 1 million views Tommy, the Unpug you Tommy, the making news Tommy.